All right. So, well, let's see. No, yeah, noon is good. Let's look outside. So, this is where I ended up last night. And I assume this is where I ended up last night. Yes, it is. I um I flew from let's see, where did I start from? St. Pete. Flew up to Brunswick, Georgia, which is right on the coast. And then I didn't want to get stuck in the bad weather up in Brunswick, which I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but I was going to fly back down to here, which is Daytona. There's the speedway right there. And I got cleared for the visual approach, and then when I was flying I saw this airport, and then when I was coming down, I uh, looked out and I saw another airport that had a similar runway configuration. At least that's what it looked like. Pretty sure it was. And I said, "Oh, that must be my airport." And I ended up landing at that airport, is it New Smyrna? And I was on VATSIM at the time, and so it was a screw up for sure. Even if I wasn't on VATSIM, it was still a screw up. Not a bad one for simming, but in the real world, that would be pretty bad. It wasn't Flagler City? Oh, it was Ormond Beach. That's what it was. So I landed there, and then and I mean, there was a whole lot that I had to think about after I landed. One, I never checked my G1000 during the whole. Once I saw Ormond Beach, I just basically visualed it, the whole thing in. Might be good, maybe not so good. A quick check would have told me that I was lined up on the wrong place. Just a quick look. Two, I was too high, which was weird and you would have thought I would have noticed that because I wasn't too high for Daytona Beach. I was fine. And then all of a sudden I was too high, and I thought, gosh, man, would I have to go through a time warp here or something? So I'm dropping power. And then when I was approaching the airport, I had power dropped all the way back. I ended up landing really, really slow. Turned out okay, but not great. This ended up landing. My airspeed was down in the 70s. So I like to land in the 80s or 90, right around there. So it was really slow. Didn't have any rudder or elevator authority at all. Landed, and then went out and went ahead and did a quick hop from there. The controller gave me a quick clearance, and I just did a quick hop from there down to here. And I was just, mulling it over last night and this morning, and just thinking to myself, the truth is, I almost always fly instrument on this airplane. I hardly ever fly visual approaches or VFR or anything like that. And I thought, that's kind of silly. Yeah, well, it's kind of silly and it's not because, I don't think this airplane, for insurance reasons, often flies VFR. But we're in a sim, so we can. And, I should really up my game when it comes to visual stuff. If I'm so overwhelmed, I mean, it was late at night, it was dark, but if I'm so busy that I don't notice my G1000 and all that, and my airspeed was just messed up, I need some practice. That's what sims are great for, right? That's what they're great for. So I'm going to load up some gas. Let's see, I got my chocks on, so I'm good there. And I'm just going to put 100 gallons in each tank so I don't even have to think about it. And in fact, I'm going to put 110. And we're just going to go do a few maybe, VFR hops. Not going to use VATSIM, even though the reason I won't actually use VATSIM, two reasons. One is because for some reason there's no VATSIM here in Florida tonight, even though there's VATSIM everywhere. I mean, it was, I looked at the map, I thought, wow. So, there we go. And I'll go ahead and close the door, the easy way. I'll show you VATSIM real quick. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Take a look at that. I mean, that's almost the entire U.S. It's like all of a sudden everybody woke up and said, hey, we got VATSIM. Boston's over here all by its lonesome up with Nova Scotia and all that, but, got this whole thing right here where there's nobody at the moment. I suspect they'll be on later. But this whole POSCON release, I don't know. It's like everybody said, oh, POSCON. Oh, yeah, VATSIM. Let's go get out there on VATSIM. And look what's going on in Denver. Holy crap. So, yeah, I mean, look at that. That's a busy place tonight. Let's fly in there, right? Let's just put it. In fact, let's load up a Cessna 172 and go in there. Really closed down a runway for him for a while. Kidding, of course. But, yeah, I might just, I don't know. We'll see how much flying I do tonight. I've got a hankering to fly into Atlanta on the TBM. I've seen a Cessna 172 do land at Atlanta on a FlightAware, which I was like, what? They don't often get, I mean, they get jets flying into Atlanta, but not often do they get, well, and they get turboprops, obviously, but, piston driven, no. And a TBM is in there with a, the kind of airplane that they do get. If I suspect they get Swear Engine 4s, Cessna 208s. Yeah, we could look it up. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up right now because I want to do some flying. But yeah, look at that. So yeah, so I'm going, last night I just had a hankering to fly on VATSIM, and so I did, and I screwed it up by landing at Ormond Beach instead of here. So tonight, and the other reason I wanted to fly VFR was because, usually I take off and I'm zoom pretty much usually right up to flight level 280, 290, sometimes 230. And I don't get to look down low. Now, the thing that worries me, and this is something that I thought about after I'd loaded the sim, was that it may be tough on frames, especially if I fly down around Tampa, where, I mean, there's just so, that's a tough area. Things off, down. Could check that, right? I never check that. So off. Wait. Okay. AC is on. And ignition. Everything's good. All right. I keep mentioning I'm working on my basement, and every time I come down here my sim is in a different state. I have to check everything. And tonight it's different again. I don't know. I don't know if I like this or not. We'll see. So, okay, so let's crank this thing up. Timer. Start 1001, 1002. 13. Low idle. Wow. 30 by 30, just barely. And there's cutout. So the TBM isn't an airplane where you can go out and just set it up on an 8 mile final, go back, do it again, do it again, do it again. I don't, I saw someone getting instructions for how to do that, and I was like, are you kidding me? It is really not, I actually asked the devs about it one time, and, and I was joking with them that you need a TBM900 simulator because of the restrictions that they put on you about that. So I'm not a fan of even trying that. So we're gonna just put in a basic direct twos. I'm not gonna mess with flight plans. I've got a few airports picked out, and if I can remember what they were. First one, let's see. So we're at Daytona, and there's that. So no, Melbourne, Vero Beach, KVRB. So we'll go to flight plan and select that. KVRB, living right up to my name, Coast Flyer. We're going to go right on down the coast. There we go. And, and just for grins, I'll go ahead and put actually a long track offset, and we'll put in -10, enter that, and we'll put in 2000. That way, I mean, it's going to be a quick flight, and my plan is to go up to say 10,000 and then come back down. And we just, rather than me trying to do calculations while I'm doing these quick little flights, I will just get some assistance from VNAV. So I'll go to Vero Beach, and then might go down to Opelika, and then we'll see where we go. I've got a to-do to try out the new Sarasota. I don't know if that'll happen tonight. Maybe, might be where I wrap up. But they, Verticalsim's made some improvements there. That is one of my favorite airports because it's got a lot. I don't know. I like it. I like where it is. I like the frame rate at it. So lots of things to me to like about it. So let's get our initial separator on. Let's check this. Just walk through this. Transponder will set to VFR, and it's already on, so we're good there. And pressure mode is off. Look at that. All kinds of weird stuff. Maybe last night when in the dark I clicked these two off instead of this one. Okay, and then we will start out, we're heading southeast, so we'll start out with an altitude of 3,000. Not that it matters when you're down that low, it could be 2,000 for that matter. And we're going to take off to the north on runway 34. Which is the opposite direction of where I landed here last night. So that's set. This GPS term is set. And so it's going to be all visual approaches. All right. Temperature is about 60, right around there. And I need an altimeter. Daytona. Oh, that says 3012, but this is, I manualed the weather. So let's have a look. Daytona has a field elevation of 34, so we'll just put in the elevation of 34, and that should be good for the whole flight, thereabouts. Right around there. So 2992. Well, that figures, right? And the wind is out of the north at 9 knots. So wherever I go, pick a runway that's not completely messed up for that. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could do something about this. Let me see what I can do. There we go. That will help. I'll hope some. All right. So this will be fun. It'll be lots of little flights. I gotta look at the checklist real quick. Strobes, are they on? No, I skipped that. That's what this is for. Auxiliary boost pump, prop area starter, throttle. Yeah, all that's good. Throttle is flight idle. Engine looks good. Auxiliary boost pump is on auto. Fuel selector switch is on auto. Generators checked. AP trims is not on. Okay, it checks. Oxygen supply is on. Check. Display backup is checked. Bleeds. AC. Pressure mode. Stop that. I know what's going on with that H drive. I don't use it, but hot airflow. Standby instruments. 080, 080. And yeah, that's good. LFE. 20 feet. Altimeter setting is good. Pitch, yaw, and roll trims are good. De-ice. Don't think we'll need it, but you know it's gotten to be a habit to check this. Good and good. All right, so that's good. So we only need KDAB. We are here, so some messed up taxi routes on this airport. We'll go out this way, left, and then right. So we'll go we'll go S. I guess this is M3. We'll go Sierra to Echo. And then let me put in VRB. And we can get a sense for the runway there. You know, if I were actually going to Vero Beach, damn sure I would take a look at the airport I'd be flying into. Okay, so we got a runway 4, which looks good. But really with a 9-knot wind, I'm okay with landing in any runway. Three, 0. 4 is actually better aligned. So we'll do 4 first. And those are hangars. This looks like, oh, there's the FBO right there. So if we make it Echo, we can take a right turn and then go down Delta and go straight to it. I haven't looked at this airport. I wonder what it'll look like. That's another reason I did this. Yesterday when I flew into Brunswick, I was surprised that it was a very nice looking airport. And CAS, LFE, good. I was surprised that it was a really nice looking airport. So yeah, discover new things. So we'll see what Vero Beach looks like. Then we'll head on south to probably Opelika. I've been wanting to fly in there. Um, back, um, let's see, taxi light on and park and brake off. I've been wanting to fly in there because years ago I was watching a PA-46 land at Opelika, and I just thought it was gorgeous. They were landing in the early evening, and the lights were on, and it was just beautiful. And I thought, wow, I'd like to fly in there. So, and Stevio flies in and out of there too, right? So, I guess that's another reason. What that was. And this is Aerosoft's Daytona Beach, so it should be good. And the taxiways on it are, at least at night, they're really messed up. So I don't know. Like, look right there. There's no taxiway lights until you get way down this way. I don't know why they did that. This is where that Embry-Riddle University is. That might be it over there. Okay, so flaps. Light controls. Light controls. Checklist. Well, since I'm sitting here, I can go ahead and do the governor check, right? Governor's good. Check, check. Light controls, trims. Belts, passenger table, strobes are on. CAS is good. Fuel is good. Fuel is very good. Flight instruments are set. Set. Actually, I'm not exactly sure what this thing is thinking right now. That's pointed in the wrong direction. Why would it be saying that? Hmm. It's annoying. Let's go here. I'd like to do it here. No. Direct. Enter. That's better. All right. Now it's set, set, and set. LFE is set. Takeoff distances. My plan is not even to go up where we need oxygen. Takeoff distances, rotation speed is 90, engine instruments are good, and battery charge is good. So what we'll do is when we get to an airport, we'll just taxi back, go right back out to the next airport. Lights, icing, flaps are set, transponder out. And toga. Pretty weird the way these runway center line is. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up, yaw damper. Go heading mode. And there's the speedway. That's a big speedway too. All right. And let's do a direct again. Enter. Nav. Let's keep it at 3,000. Autopilot on. So that's good. So now we can see, let's go up a little bit. Let's go up to say 7. I don't think I can go up to 7,000 because of where I put those clouds. That was supposed to be few clouds. I think we can go up to 5 though. Maybe. We'll see. I don't have to be too strict with myself here. Go up to 5, get the inertial separator off. And we'll click this and zoom out. Get up where we can see things and it's pretty. Around 6,000-7,000, it looks really good. Yeah, I mean, right there it looks really good, but it looks even better around there, I think. So why not? 5,000? I've been debating getting a low and slow, not too slow, but I've been debating it. The only thing that really jumps out at me is the SR22 by Torxim. So yeah, okay. So I'm required to stay 500 feet below these clouds since I'm VFR, and I don't know. And that's supposed to be 17 miles visibility right there. Doesn't look like it, but maybe. So we're using 100 gallons per hour. Well, 76 gallons per hour down here. Not awful. Could be worse. So I'll admit, I'm a little nervous because I realize I go out and I pick an instrument approach and I fly it. I pick another instrument approach and I fly it. I don't do enough visual approaches. And occasionally I'll take this airplane up, not often anymore, but I'll take it up and just do some pattern work. So I wouldn't be surprised to see me do a touch and go at some point, come back around. It flies really well in the pattern. Used to fly like the Turbine Duke in the pattern and a couple of others that were hard to handle. You were moving so fast and you're trying to trim the airplane up, but you're scooting along. You don't have much time. So staying ahead of the airplane in the VFR pattern, for some airplanes, it's hard. This one's not too bad. At least it wasn't last time I did it. And really, since I'm VFR, I should not be at 5,000. So we can fix our altitude here. VS, and we'll go down. And really, we should be at 3,500 or 5,500. But because of the clouds, we're going to be at 4,500. And that's that. And I put on just a touch of turbulence. I'm really looking forward to someday when they have moving air. I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever do it. They could. So this is something that I've seen Stevio actually do once. He flew from some airport just north of Tampa right into Tampa. And he wasn't VFR, he was IFR, but still, flying this low on the whole flight. So this is Titusville. This is Patrick. This is, I don't know what that is, KXMR. I guess that's where the space shuttle lands. Melbourne. I have been flying so much at night. It's nice to be flying during the day a little bit. What is that out there? Oh, that's where the NASA is. So that's Titusville right there. Always looking for another airport. Not bad. What's the next one? Melbourne. Oh, wait. Titusville is here. That wasn't Titusville. There's Titusville. That was just Pink Circle Airport. Might have to go outside to see Titusville. And Patrick is an Air Force base. Let's go outside and look at Titusville. Okay, it's not bad. Not bad. We'll take a look at Melbourne too. So I begin descent over here. So when we come in, we will be coming in like 04 will be this way, so it'll be on kind of a downwind base kind of a thing. I don't see it. It's over there somewhere. I've got few clouds set down here at the lowest layer, but it looks a little bit more than few to me. Not here. Now here it looks, this is the way I expected it to look. So Melbourne's up there about 9 miles. And this is the lowest level of turbulence, so really it seems, I don't know, they need to work on their turbulence. I think I may do a touch and go here, because I'm not going to do a touch and go at Opelika. That would be unrealistic. Let's see, how long was runway 4? 5,000 feet. No, I wouldn't do 1-2 right. That would give me a tailwind. I'd do 3-0 left first. We'll try. We'll try. Where are you, Melbourne? Right there. Yes, I have a dog in the back of my TBM900. I just hope he doesn't scratch to go outside. So that's Melbourne. Right? Is that Melbourne right there? Yeah. It is. That's not bad. Not little either. I'll add that to my list. So Vero Beach, Melbourne are on my list now. I think I may change the weather once I land. I'm going to cut the wind down to 6 and see how that affects the turbulence, because, you know, at the lowest level of turbulence, this seems weird. A little weird. All those houses. I noticed that Orbix is releasing a prepared 3D version of China today. I mean, they're not releasing it today, but they've announced it. I was like, really? You know, that was... What a strange thing. I mean, it's their open land class stuff. And we can do VNav Direct now. And what VNav Direct does is it starts your descent early, if you don't know what that does. So you'll have a shallower descent, but if ATC asks you to start your descent early, you can do that. Though it'll be a shallower descent. I mean, if you're using the same descent point. So there's Vero Beach right there. And we're planning on landing runway 4. And we're on nav mode. We will obviously click off a nav mode. And when I get down to 2,000, I'm going to be busy on this. The frame rate's okay. On this side, you go over by Tampa, and man, that's the hard spot. And maybe Opelika will be bad too, because Miami, right? And so we should be down here. Here I was saying that I had good frame rate, and then I get that famous Orbix load. I hope that X-Plane can optimize that some. So our runway is this way. And let's see if we can land there instead of KFPR, whatever that is. Wouldn't it be nice to see boats down there, huh? Now, you won't really get off of your IFR track until you have the airport in sight. So right here we're about 10 miles from the airport. So I don't see it, but I need to go down a little lower. So let's do that. And actually, I don't want to go too low on the throttle. And let's put in 1,500 feet. And looking for the airport. Let's CDI that and use that to guide us and point out the runway for us. We're turboprop, so we should be at 1,500 feet. If we were piston-driven or a slower or a slow piston-driven airplane, then we would be at 1,000 feet. So it should be straight ahead. Maybe that's it right there. Or maybe that's it. I think that is it. This is me not paying attention. That was me last night, not paying attention, goofing off. Yep, there's the runway. Okay, now I'll get a flaps 1 out right here. And my rule of thumb is to try to position the airplane to where the runway is right off the end of the wing, right around there. Maybe a little bit inside the end of the wing. So yeah, this part of the wing. That's what I used to use with low wing GA airplanes. And so since I'm using this as my pointer, I can use it as my downwind. 1380, damn it. All right, let's get the gear down. All right, yeah, I'm supposed to be going down, but I've already gone down 200 feet, so not going to be in a rush. That's good. Around there. See how my turn is. Not bad. Could be worse.
500.
Doing the turn in a sim is quite a bit harder than in real life. So we'll try to make this a touch and go. A little fast. Yeah. Watching my speed. Flaps 1. And we guess this is why I was nervous about this, because it takes time for that, for the flaps to cassette. We're good. And I can press toga. Gear up. And flip back to CDI. And flaps up, yaw damper. Take a quick look. Yep. You can see why it's harder, because you can't really move your head around so easily. This is where you need VR, right? And a little bit close. That's okay, we're moving out. Flaps. And man. And start our descent, get the gear down. Yep, we're good. Yep. 1,000 feet. I'm not going to put my last notch of flaps on until I'm on final. It's it's busy flying this airplane in the pattern. Same thing, overshot just a little. And now we'll get the flaps out. This will be to a full stop. That wind is pushing us. Is it a runway or a taxiway? That's a runway. Flaps up. Icing off. And landing light off. And yaw damper off. I landed with the yaw damper on. Not a good idea. Okay, so we'll go down to 30 left. That's the quick way. It's the easy way. I say it's the easy way, and then I look straight ahead and see a problem. Lights, icing, flaps, transponder is okay. See, transponder's on, it's not out. I'm going to hit toga because, well, whatever. So I guess, what's the easy way now? I guess I'll turn right here and go down Charlie. Get the tour of the airport. And from here we're going to go to Opelika, so we'll put that in. And I'm going to change the weather to probably remove that bottom layer so we can get up a little bit higher. It's an okay airport. Nothing I'd write home about. There's the FBO. It's one of those weird FBO buildings. Okay, so let's fix our trim. Flaps down. Runway 30. Piper factory. Look at that. I could bring my Cheyenne here, get them to look at it. Altitude. We're still heading east, so 3,000 again. That's set. And let's put our CDI back to here. See if I go menu, reset checklist. We'll check, well, we don't need to check the governor this time. Flaps are set, the ice system is checked. Flight controls don't need to check. Trims, strobes are on, well, shouldn't be on, but they are on. So lots of fuel. Altimeter is okay. We'll check it in just a second. Actually, we can't check LFE yet because I haven't put in a flight plan. It's 2.9 left. Go Greyhound. Oh, the bus disappeared. All right, let's do that. Delete the flight plan. We'll do the next one the same as we did the last one. X26. Nope. It's not gonna let me delete it. So X26 is right there. K V R B and then K O P F and let me park and brake on here for a second and custom see, we have a few down here at 4,000. Get rid of that. I'm gonna up my visibility to 30, and got this wind layer. Turbulence is set to mild. Speed is 9. We're gonna cut that down to, what do you think, 5. And oh, you can't thicken it. Okay. And visibility, that's good. See what that does. So it's 105 miles. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see, so OPF, right? And they've got a crossing runway configuration there too. Well, I guess they don't. So the wind is out of the north, so I would assume that we would take runway 30. I'm going to change the wind, and we'll do 27 right. That way we get a right-hand approach, which I despise, to be honest, but why not? We're going to make it, no, this way. There we go. That's right down the runway. Let's give it a little crosswind. And then maybe Sarasota. How's Verticalsim doing out there? Still the same. Nobody in Florida at all. Maybe they're just all avoiding the weather. Or maybe they're all the controllers are busy up in whatever the heck is going on in Denver. Oh my God. Denver. Oh my God. God. No mercy. No mercy. So today POSCON was announced, right? Lights, icing, flaps, set, transponder. It would set automatically anyway, and toga. Yeah, POSCON is, I guess it's a competitor for Verticalsim and for IVAO, or it's similar. I'm not going to say it's a competitor yet. And I'm still not exactly sure what the point is, except for smoother you know, if you're following somebody, you can see them turn more actively. So if they're zigzagging in front of you, you'll see them zigzagging in front of you. Oops. Positive rate. Gear up. Flight plan. This will be interesting. Flaps up, yaw damper. And we'll start a left turn. Oh, man, this thing is really lagging on the controls. Flitch right there. And let's do direct enter. And nav. And we'll go on up to, say, 7,500. Yes, that. Syncopar heading bug. Let's flitch there and hit the autopilot. I've only got one fix in there. Let's see what happens if I try to do the okay, so I gotta do this. See, it says cancel VNAV. Okay, so let's cancel VNAV. And let's enable VNAV. Back here. Okay. -10. The approach that guy made, by the way, well, no, yeah. The approach that he made into Opelika was into the city, like he was heading straight for the city. I wonder if that'd be fun. We could do that. It's a little tailwind. Yeah, you know me, anything to talk me out of doing a right-hand pattern in the sim. I hate doing it in the sim. I don't mind it doing it in real life so much, but I hate doing it in the sim. So I can turn the inertial separator off. What airport is that? That is KFPR. There's two airports. Oh, unless that's the same airport. Okay, so if I go -10 and enter that, yeah, it's not going to let me because I'm already direct that fix. So I'm just going to have to do this manually. So we got to get down 6,000 feet, so 18 miles out, right? Yeah, 18 miles out. And our descent rate will be about 1,500 feet per minute, so we want to descend. So we're good. Yeah, we're not going to do 300 miles an hour on descent. Yeah, I'm going to do the straight into Opelika. I'm going to do the straight into, what is that? 1-2. so I can sync up the heading bug and then switch to heading mode, do my old trick, and we will put that on 0, 1, 2, so roughly right around there, and go back to CDDI and then back to nav. Miami is on. That's a nice view. So yeah, I was pondering loading Flight Sim 2020. I have an idea for a flight that I wanted to do, and I may do it tomorrow, but if to do it, I've got to fix an airplane. Apparently, when they did their last turnover, they accidentally doubled the effect of all the flaps on all of their airplanes. So if you got a third party like Coronado, it doesn't affect it, but all of their airplanes are all doubly affected. So you have to hack the config file for the airplane and reduce the flap effectiveness by half to get the airplane to behave right. That's what they're saying on their forums. I was like, holy crap. I mean, really, they should have fixed that bug. That's they should have patched that and released it. But I think they're nervous about the fact that they screwed up and they don't want to screw up again. They're still getting pretty bad side effects in all in their turnovers. So 18 miles from Patrick, we're 84 miles out. And I'll back out another, so I'll say 28 miles out I'm going to start down. 25, 28. That's nice down there. Actually, let me do something. I don't know what that does. Doesn't do anything. How do I do this? I screwed up. Here we go. we'll try that. Try that. So 68.9 miles. Cruising along at 234. So yeah, I had to shut off Traffic Global. It was crashing my sim. And at some point I will get them to address that. I'll try to get their help. But they want me to check all my other plugins first. It's possible. But, you know, they don't have a problem until Traffic Global gets in there. So, I don't know. One of those situations where is it really worth having Traffic Global? F45 is over there somewhere. Cheesy little airport down there. Come on. Well, that's something. So, will I do IFR? Will I load real world weather from this next one? The weather in KSRQ is not too bad. 10 statute miles, scattered 1,600, overcast 6,000. Could get a visual. Hard to know. At night, probably not, because you can't really see the clouds at night. You could inadvertently fly right into one and lose sight of the airport. But the weather behind this front is bad. I mean, everybody is marginal VFR all the way back to the Panhandle. And the Panhandle is pretty clear. But, you know. You guys ready for spring? Because damn well I am. That's for sure. Ready for this illness to go, this pandemic thing, and get out there. How far are we? 54.8 miles. I'll say it's wise to practice um, visual stuff sometimes because you forget how load demanding it is. How much of a demand it puts on you. And see, I could be flying the DA-62 if the frame hit for that airplane wasn't so heavy. So I got time for one more flight. Yeah, so they're going to have that bug on there on FS 2020 for um, 2 more weeks. So I don't know. I may wait till they fix the bug. I've been wanting to get back over there and try it out again, but it'll take me a while to get everything all configured all over again. So I don't know. There it is. So I really should fly over here. Stay out of Fort Lauderdale's airspace. Let's go heading mode and 200. And again, I'm not going to use the ILS. It's always my cheat. And actually, I had the ILS on when I screwed up last night. I just didn't look at it. Did you ever wonder where all the orange trees are in Florida? I mean, they make all this orange juice. I kind of assumed that there were gigantic orange plantations or something down here. Let's see how far away, 36.8. So what do we got out here? Fort Lauderdale Executive, Boca Raton. So Boca is right over there. Never looked at Fort Lauderdale Executive. And there's Pompano Beach right next to it. So if I were a center controller, I'd want me, I mean, you got two choices here. You can take me, well, you know, I know what I would do. I would drop me down to 3,000 feet. Yes, and we'll go down. And since I'm on heading mode, I can flip to this. That's weird. Well, no, that's right. 1, 2. Yep, runway 12. Its real heading is 128. I should adjust that. Nope, not that. That. So you got two choices. I can go under the Fort Lauderdale traffic or over it. Preference is to go over it. So, yeah, 3,000 feet, that won't be too bad. So my heading, it's kind of hard to see, is going to be right about there. So after I cross Fort Lauderdale, they drop me down to 2,000, and it's almost straight across my screen. So Fort Lauderdale's right over there. At night I'd see it. In fact, I think that's it right there. Oh no, that doesn't seem right. Maybe that's it way over there. I've never looked at this airspace. I'm below this segment here, and as soon as I cross Fort Lauderdale, as soon as I get down, I'll be below that segment there. So we will do that. We will 2000 VS down. My VS button doesn't work. I'll have to fix that. VS. There we go. And turn us toward the airport. Actually, it's out there about 15 miles. There's Miami, right there. So this should put us on a 3 or 4 mile final. And let's heading. Right there. Now, truly, in a normal world, I would turn on some other nav aid to get me to the airport. But there isn't one really other than the ILS. Or a approach, turn on an approach. But I'm not doing that today. So at 2,000 feet, I'm going to put on a notch of flaps because I don't want to freak out the other pilots in the area. I can't tell if it's this one or this one. I'm going to make a... I'm at 2,000 feet. This is the problem with Sim. Let's do this. There it is right there. It's the whole thing. That makes sense. Let's get our gear down. Oops, not flaps, gear down. And our flaps will go down shortly. Turn the flight director off. No, don't do that now. And my frame rate sucks here. Gear is down. Flaps down. No. Really fast. Coming down. Really fast, and I've got a tailwind too. So this is Opalaka. Oh, come on, airplane. Airspeed. 40 knots. Take a little tour. It's all right. What's the city look like from here? Don't see it. I would have thought you would. We'll check. Strobes off. So I started out with 220 gallons. I've got 100 and 30 left after that much flying. It's okay. I'm just going to pull right here. Put the parking brake on. Go take a look outside. Okay, so there's the city. That's about right, I guess. There's the city. So now what's Verticalsim doing? Miami is on. It's really all I need. I'm going to fly over to Sarasota. The trim. I'm not really. Well, let's see if I was going to. Well, let me see. KOPF to KSRQ. And I would use KPIE, and that gives me a route. All right, that's not bad. And let's see what it gives us. Says I need 110 gallons. So come on. There's that. And where am I in this airport? By the FBO. I'll pull over there. Trim is set, flaps are up. I'll go over here. I assume, well, I know that there are more than one FBO here. There's Signature has one, then there's this jet outfit that has one, and I think Atlantic has one. Don't know if Shelterra has one. Okay, so we're here. So there's this FBO, there's the Coast Guard, then there's another FBO. So I'm going to be on the southeast FBO. near runway 30, and let's load up the real weather. Says it's clear, and change the time of day towards more towards evening. Maybe not that far towards evening. Even though it'd be pretty, I know it would. Ah, this is what I love about mouse controls. Oh. Let's see, and altimeter is 3008. Let's get our route. Let's go to connect, settings, no, cancel that, and go to flight plan, and we are going from KOCF to KSRQ, and our alternate is KPIE, and we've got let's see, what time is it? Yeah, we can put that in, that's fine. And then time en route is 44 minutes. And fuel on board is, say, 2 hours. And cruise speed will be 290, and altitude will be 280, it says. And there's our route. Follow flight plan. And Miami approach is on 124.85. So let's see, what's the wind here? The wind is 270 at 4, so I could take 30. That would be good. Is he on? Miami approach, TBM 531 Tango Mike.
TBM 531 Tango Mike, Miami approach, please.
Yeah, 531 Tango Mike sitting here at Opalaka. I'd like to pick up my IFR to Sarasota.
Skyblue Radio 1, descend and maintain 8,000.
I recognize his voice.
Okay, Adam 16 for 8, Skyblue 1. November 531 Tango Mike, cleared to Sarasota, Bradenton Airport via vectors to Winco, then is filed, maintain 3,000, expect flight level 280, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 124.85, squawk 3543.
3543. One Tango Mike is cleared to via radar vectors to Winco to Sarasota. As filed, maintain 3,000, expect 280, 10 minutes after departure, departure 124.85, squawk 3543.
November 531 Tango Mike, read back correct, push and start, pilot discretion advised, ready to taxi, expect departure runway 27 right.
Expect departure runway 27 right. 1 Tango Mike can push and start my discretion. Push and start, huh? Here's my flight plan.
November 531 Tango Mike, why don't we do a departure for you on runway 30? That'd be a little closer.
1 Tango Mike, runway 30. Thanks. Winco, Cherry, C, H, R, R, I.
Van Cargo 1974, flight heading 090.
And Rogan.
090 indicating the land cargo 1974.
Rogan to KSRQ. SRQ. And maintain 3000. And that is set. We're going to do 30.
Good evening, it's JetBlue 1319, 20.4 for Millby at 13,000 with the information, Mike.
JetBlue 1319, good evening. Miami out temperature 3008, expect vectors IFR.
Trims are set, flaps are set.
7 approach.
And
We're set up for 26 right, Ron, if that's all right.
here's the checklist.
26 right is closed. How about 26 left?
Okay, CAS is good.
26 left sounds good.
Okay.
LFE is good.
Watching them, I'm tracking the real world flight right now. 26 left, no sweat, we'll set that up right now. Your ATIS is calling for low DME 26 right there.
Yeah.
Does it close after a certain time?
Yeah, I got it changed now. Yeah, it is after 9 o'clock it's closed.
Roger, so they'd be going to, any idea what flight, I'm like right on track with the JetBlue flight that's coming in with the same call sign. Would they be going to 27 now?
You can have 26 right.
Well, I just want to get whatever's most realistic, Ron.
We have SOPs we go by, and sometimes they might not be exactly realistic. I don't know.
Now I got you.
Van Cargo 1974, heavy descent and maintain 3000.
Continue descent to 3000 feet, the land cargo 1974 heavy.
TBM1 Tango Mike's ready to taxi.
TBM 531 Tango Mike runway 30. Taxi via looks like Tango 8.
1 Tango Mike taxi via runway Tango 8 to runway 30.
And the block island temperature is 3008.
3008, thanks. I should have said I had the weather.
Heavy descent and maintain 3000.
Alright, so
8 for 3, Sky Blue 1.
pocket break off. It's actually later than this. But if I want to see what the new Sarasota looks like, I leave a little light. Let's see. So flaps down. Good. We've already checked the flight controls. The ice panel is checked. Check. Check, check, check. The ice flight controls. Trims are set. I wish that thing wouldn't move so much. Check, check. Passenger belts. CAS is good. Don't need to check the governors. The fuel looks good. Flight instruments are set. And set and set. That looks good. And this is Tango 8 right here. LFE is good. Takeoff distance is rotation is 90. Battery charge is good. And TBM1 Tango Mike's ready to go.
clear for takeoff.
Fly heading 270 after departure, clear for takeoff, runway 30, 1 Tango Mike. Alright, so 270. Lights, icing, transponder. Flaps are set. So he's getting me out of the way of Fort Lauderdale traffic.
Approach Sky Blue 1, we're on a 120 heading. Is that going to work for you, Rod?
Yes, Sky Blue 1, that's fine.
Thank you.
Land cargo 1974 heavy turn, left heading 360, vector to final.
Now left heading 360, vector to final, cargo 1970.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
At a 20, what am I, 23 feet? 2589 at a flight level 230.
2589, Miami approach. Miami altimeter 3008, expect vectors ILS runway 30 approach.
I expect ILS 3, vectors to 30 approach. We have information, Lima on board, 2589.
Flaps up, yaw damper.
74 heavy, you're 4 miles from Sarco, turn left heading 300, maintain 3000.
Heading mode.
Established on localizer, cleared ILS runway 27 approach.
Okay, continue.
Glitch.
10,000 feet and heading to 3.
Autopilot. Holy cow. What the heck? Come on. Get over there.
Miami Center, United 1979 with you, descending to altitude 8,000.
There we go.
Through 1 Tango Mike, radar contact, say altitude.
1 Tango Mike's passing through 2,400 for 3,000.
1 Tango Mike, climb and maintain 16,000.
I have maintained 16,000, 1 Tango Mike.
Sky Blue 1, turn left heading 050, vector to final.
050, Sky Blue 1.
United 1979, Miami approach. Lauderdale altimeter 3007, expect vectors ILS runway 28 right approach.
Expect 28 right approach, 97.
Sky Blue 1, you're 7 miles from Oldie, turn left heading 300.
There we go.
3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 30 approach.
Okay, 300 for the approach. Here we go, Sky Blue 1.
My hat's off to these guys. Those guys flying
Heading 320.
single pilot in an airplane that has
Okay,
it's dual.
320
It's supposed to be dual pilot.
And land cargo 1974 heavy.
That's a challenge.
Calm, runway 27, clear the lane.
Wind column and clear to land on runway 27 and land cargo 1997.
Return. Flight plan. Okay, so we're about 5,000. Partial separator.
3,000, flight heading 180, vectors for the approach.
Descend and maintain 3,000 and 180 on the heading for JetBlue 1319.
United 2589, descend and maintain 8,000. United 2589, Miami approach.
2589 down to 8,000.
Yeah, that's another option. I've got the friggin' I haven't flown the A320 in 2 years, I bet. I bought it when it was still in beta and was real frustrated with it because the VNAV was borked. And I could fart around with that tomorrow. It's either that or FS 2020. Try something with that, but I'll have to fix an airplane if I do.
Link 1145, runway 27, taxi via Quebec 10, altimeter. You said you had Mike. Okay, thank you for Mike.
And if I can be a little bit patient. Look at this, I've got traffic.
Sky Blue 1, wind calm, runway 30, clear to land. Okay, clear to land on 30, here we go, Sky Blue 1.
Lights off.
American 416, Miami approach, cleared to Orlando International Airport to be the Headley 2 departure, then is filed, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.85 and squawk 3761.
Yeah, he's traffic.
416, read back correct, push and start at pilot discretion, advise ready to taxi, expect departure runway 27. November 531, Tango Mike. Receive direct Windco heading 320 and let the center controller know you're going direct Windco. Contact him now on 135.17.
Direct Winco 135.17, and I'll tell him. One Tango Mike. Oh, 135.17.
Airline 1145, holding short 27 and traffic 10.
Damn it.
Everyone losses 1145. Continue holding short. I got aircraft on 2 mile final. Hold short.
Miami Center TBM 1 Tango Mike's with you, passing through 15000 for 16000, and I'm proceeding direct Winco.
TBM 1 Tango Mike, Miami Center, Roger, climb, maintain flight level 280.
Up to 280, 1 Tango Mike.
Miami Center, requesting step 233. FedEx 27, second. Requesting step to flight level 330. FedEx 27, Roger, climb, maintain flight level 330. Maintain 330, FedEx 27.
There we go. We'll spend the night in Sarasota.
American 5, welcome to Palm Beach, taxi to parking via Charlie, cross runway 14. Parking via Charlie, crossing 14 for American 5.
Denver is still getting pummeled. Really getting pummeled. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that it's getting pummeled that hard. Man. They must have, I don't know. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 approach controllers, 3 departure controllers. Wow, man. I don't know. I can't see how many tower controllers. Directional separators off. Lights are off. So yeah, tomorrow, I don't know. I may just plan. I don't know. We'll just see what I think tonight. I'll have to look up that one. I'll have to look up one airplane to see if I can figure out how to tweak it. But I don't know if I want to be screwing around with that. I mean, the fixes are supposed to be. Um, um, I don't know. And I don't know if I want to mess around with that A320.
Miami Center, Pilatus, A Papa Charlie, PC-12 on the ground at Fort Myers, red taxi runway 24.
Runway 328 Papa Charlie, runway 24, taxi via Alpha, Fort Myers, altimeter 3014.
Roger, 3014 on the altimeter, runway 24 via Alpha, A Papa Charlie.
And my frame rate is in the gutter right now. There we go. That's better. We will see. We'll see what the weather's like. Right now, there we go. It is 340 at 10. 10 miles visibility, overcast 6,000. Temperature's about 60. 3015. So I might end up with a visual tonight. I'm ready for warm weather. Yeah, the weather on the other side of this front is pretty bad. It's moving though. It's moving. It should be cleared out mostly by tomorrow. It might be in South Florida. But yeah. And if I were going to, let's see, from my 3-4, or what did I say, runway 30. Close that, close that, close that, close that. SRQ. SRQ. What you got? Runway 32. Day of an ILS to 32. .7. Swap that in. And altitude for that is 1,800 feet. So just ballpark. That'll give us an idea anyway. 20 minutes. Good. Just get some cruising. Just get to enjoy the fly-in. Even though I'm not going to see much, am I? And 1,800 feet, course is 319, heading CDI, almost certainly going to be this. If it's not, whatever, I'll just switch to whatever else it is. Swap. Now 109.7, is that right? Yep, that's right. And time to bottom of descent is 20 minutes. It's on top of descent. So he should be starting me down soon. Let's see what my rate of descent should be. Yep, that's right. Hit 1,500, I'll call him. Did I get... I'm still on, right? I'm not hearing anything. Through 5.175. That's right. Miami, one Tango Mike.
One Tango Mike, Miami.
Yeah, it's so quiet. I just actually wondered if you were still there.
To be honest, I even forgot I was still online.
Yeah, I think you should be thanking God you're not in Denver tonight.
FedEx 27, departing Mary Space to North Radar Services, terminator frequency change approved today. Frequency change approved, FedEx 27, having selected me. November 531 Tango Mike and pause discussion set to maintain 8,000, the temp altimeter 3017, and when ready advise me with your approach request into Sarasota.
3017 to set and maintain 8,000, and I think I'll take the ILS to 32.
Roger.
VS, actually, yeah, I'm not, well, we can do VNAV. I'll do VNAV down. We'll go this much for now, and then we'll do a VNAV direct. And VNAV is on. And I'll select. It is quiet compared to Denver. It is quiet. All right. So now we're on VNAV path. And we've got our course dialed in. We've got, we haven't selected the approach, don't really need to. But why not? Makes missed approaches easier. And ring E is fine, we'll use ring E. And besides, we can select 230. Oops. All right.
November 8, Papa Charlie Squawk 4516, runway 24, line up and wait. Advise ready to go.
Alright, so on the 24 line up and wait, and we'll get the squawk in. Anyway, we can just delay for a couple minutes. We got our friend in the TBM. He's just starting up now.
Hey, Papa Charlie, that's not a problem. You can hold short there, and you and him are the only ones in the field, so yeah, whatever you like.
Alright, so I'll call you when we're ready, and appreciate that. Hey, Papa Charlie, we'll continue holding here, and we'll get that squawk in for you. Sorry about that.
He's flying a PC-12. I've got the PC-12. It's not a bad airplane. Only complaint is they just didn't do the systems in it very well. Again, it's one of those that you start it with the engines running and don't complain. Just, you know what you're getting. If you're buying a car in auto, just generally start it with the engines running and just and you'll be happy. LFE is good, CAS is good. Inertial separator is off.
Miami Center. Hello, good evening. TBM900 Yankee Zulu. Looking to pick up our IFR to Key West.
648 Yankee Zulu, Miami Center, clear to the Key West Airport as filed, maintain 4000. Expect flight level 200 after departure. Departures with me, squawk 4517.
Alright, so we're cleared. Initial altitude 4000, then flight level 20010 minutes after departure, and we'll get 4517 in the box for TBM900 Yankee Zulu.
November 7 Yankee Zulu, read back track, runway 24 for departure, advisory for taxi.
I wonder where they're departing from. Oh, let's see. I think my frame rate will be better if I just keep looking straight ahead. Maybe. This side of the state is hard on frames. I hope it's decent when we get down there.
Miami Center, Air London 1145, that's Victory via Victory 1145, 6,500 for 16,000.
Airlines is 1145, Miami Center, low climb, maintain flight level 360.
Flight level 360, Air London 45.
And Miami Center, Pilatus 8 Papa Charlie holding short runway 24, we're going to be ready for departure.
8 Papa Charlie 13608, runway 24, clear takeoff.
Copy the winds, runway 24, going to take off 8 Papa Charlie.
And Miami Center, 647 Yankee Zulu is ready for taxi.
7 Yankee Zulu, runway 24, taxi via Alpha, altimeter 3014.
3014, taxi via Alpha to 24, 7 Yankee Zulu.
November 531 Tango Mike, when able, proceed direct to Zabco for the ILS runway 32.
Direct to Zabco, 1 Tango Mike.
And 1 Tango Mike to set to maintain 2000.
Set to maintain 2000, 1 Tango Mike. Zabco, I hope I...
November 328 Papa Charlie, radar contact, let direct go to Econ, maintain flight level 200.
Direct Goody, climb maintain 200, 8 Papa Charlie.
I don't see Zabco. There it is. Zabco. Ringy. Procedure turn to Zabco. Well, let's try it. Direct. This thing is turning on me, isn't it? Z. Wait a second. Don't do that. Okay. Now, what is it thinking it's doing?
And TBM900 is ready to go.
It's heading towards a ringy.
Yankee Zulu, the wind 360 at 8, runway 24, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, TBM900 Zulu.
Yeah, it's gonna throw. Well,
7 Yankee Zulu on departure, fly runway heading. We'll fly runway heading for 7 Yankee Zulu.
damn thing. Connect. No. Clear. Direct. This is taking too long, isn't it? All right. See if it's got it figured out.
Alpha 445, you're still outside my airspace. I'll send you a contact me once you get close.
See, I told it to go direct Zabco, and for whatever reason, it decided to turn towards this white line here. So whatever. It should have just put the line right out in front of my nose.
7 Yankee Zulu, radar contact, later at good, econ, maintain flight level 200.
It's going direct. It's going Rogan.
For 7 Yankee Zulu.
Flight plan. Direct enter. This thing is screwing up. Yeah, it's direct Rogan.
American 416, runway 27, taxi via Quebec 10.
Taxi via Quebec 10.
American 416, sorry, into your position, taxi via Papa and Quebec 10.
All right, direct. No, clear. Direct, enter. Yeah. And I'm way off. Now it's catching up in a hurry. And Center, if One Tango Mike looked like a drunk sailor up there, it's because Zabco wasn't in our approach. I got it fixed.
One Tango Mike, no problem. Decide to maintain 2000, and you may need a left turn at 220 just to vectors for your descent.
One Tango Mike, Roger. See, so 2000 says 1800 at Zabco. and it's shooting for 1800 at Zabco. Well, that's what it's thinking. But it's going down in a hurry. Lights on. I'm going to turn on the inertial separator because I always forget, besides I'm going into clouds. Hey, I'll be up in a minute. Thank you. Ringy at 1800. So good. We're good. Yeah, so FS 2020, I don't know. I just... I want to fly that thing, but gosh, they need to fix some things. Really, honestly, since I didn't have Zabco in my flight plan, I should have told him right then on the spot, and then gotten it fixed.
In Miami Center for 7 Yankee Zulu, can we just level off at 10? 7 Yankee Zulu, sure, maintain 1,000, back under travels. 10,000 for 7 Yankee Zulu.
But it's all good. I mean, he's got 3 airplanes, I think.
And Miami, Palace, Papa Charlie, we're a little closer than we thought here. We definitely estimated this wrong. Can we level off at 18,000?
Sure, Papa Charlie, sure, maintain 182.
Roger 180, right, Papa Charlie.
American 416, the wind calm, runway 27, takeoff heading 270.
Pretty night.
American 416 on departure, flighting 270, the wind calm, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Look at that. What are we doing? Yep, we're good. Yeah, so it's good to see that Orbix is doing something for prepared. Maybe they'll start doing things for X-Plane again. There's still a lot of X-Plane flyers out here. You know, a bunch of us are all in that limbo. Do we jump over to FS 2020 in its current condition? Or, you know, as it improves, you know, at some point people will jump over. You know, and at the same time, X-Plane will probably keep improving too.
Our friend back there on the TBM, his sim unfortunately crashed. Just wanted to let you know.
guy's sim crashed. I hate that. I hate it when it happens to me. I hate it when it happens to other people.
Miami Center, this is Delta 986 at flight level 160. Checking in.
Delta 986, Miami Center, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Climb and maintain flight level 300, Delta 986.
Vertical track.
So this is Verticalsim's new Sarasota. I'll be curious to see if there's any differences that I can see. I know he's made some changes to the terminal, some other changes, but I'll just have to see. Okay, and it should capture the ILS. There it is. Where is it going?
Back at 3101, Miami Center, squawk 4520.
4520, American.
One Tango Mike, the wind 3408, runway 32, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 32, 1 Tango Mike, and I'm clear for the approach, right?
Affirmative.
Gotcha.
Hey, Papa Charlie, clear direct Key West.
Roger, Direct Key West, Dave, Papa Charlie.
Hey, Papa Charlie, this is positive discretion, instead of maintain 12000, Key West, altimeter 3012.
Not exactly sure what this thing is doing. It's sinking below 2,000. It is not correcting for the ILS. I'm on nav. Well, whatever. Put the gear down. Airplane is freaking me out a little bit. There's 2,000. Come on, come on. There we go.
Target 3101, radar contact, 36 miles north of the Big Dog intersection, flight level 30, welcome.
Thanks for the welcome, 31.
Delta 986, positive discretion, instead of maintain 12000, 4 miles, altimeter 3014.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Delta 986 at 4 miles, altimeter 3014, positive discretion, instead of maintain 1212000.
Gears down,
That was
flaps are down.
positive discretion.
Cleared to land.
3014. I didn't get that last part. I'm sorry.
Delta 986, instead of maintain 1212000. Descend and maintain 12,000.
3,000.
986.
It's a warm night in Sarasota, I think, so far. Maybe chilling down now. Let's get the last notch of flaps out. Gears down. Landing. Don't disconnect me. Ugh. Not a great landing, but not bad. In Miami, I lost my connection with you. I'm back. 1 Tango Mike.
1 Tango Mike, welcome to Sarasota, taxi to parking via Alpha, good day.
Taxi to parking via Alpha. 1 Tango Mike. Thanks. And thanks for not being in Denver tonight.
Okay, no problem.
Let's see.
Aerolansis 1145, Miami Center closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved today.
Alpha.
November 328, Papa Charlie, Miami Center closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved today.
Roger, frequency change approved. We'll see you next time. Have a good night. Papa Charlie.
Delta 986, Miami Center closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved today. Have a good night. Closing radar shows distributed frequency change period. Good day.
There's a reading this. Yeah. I'll just park over here. In front of this Baron. Maybe someday I'll have a Baron. Never have gotten it. I'm going to stuff this. I'm going to put this like this. I'm going to put my transponder on standby. Taxi light off. Inertial separator is on. Some other icing on. It is now off. I'm going to set my trims. And bleeds and AC. Good. Ah, and I never started my blasted timer. Well, if you got to forget one thing, it just as well be your timer, right? So I started in Daytona Beach, went down to Vero Beach, I think, and then to Opelika, and now here, all in one night. Someday we'll have things like, I mean, it isn't unusual to have VX and VY set on a GA airplane. I've had one that did that. So maybe someday we'll get that. I guess I could bring up the checklist, huh? By the way, strobe should be off. Icing is off. Radar, transponders on standby, flaps are not up. See, that's why the checklist is there. Check. Lights are off. Trims are takeoff position. Parking brake is set. Bleed switch is off. AC is off. Throttle's been idle for 2 minutes. Taxi lights off. AP trim switch is off. Throttle can go to cutoff. And I would do a replay, but there's not much fulfilling about well, I could do a tower view, I suppose. Maybe I'll do a tower view. All switches off. Everything off. All right. Oops, inertial separator off. Oh, that throws me off, which is okay. Alright, and how do we, I don't even know how to get to the view. Tower. Not really in the right position, I don't think, but close. It was a decent landing. I'm not a huge fan of butter landings. I used to do them in the real world. I like a slightly firm landing, which you really won't be able to see too well from the tower, but it is what it is. Well, I guess this is about where the tower is. This is what the tower controller sees at night in Sarasota. Sits up there with his feet on his desk when it's slow and just reads or watches the lights. Pretty nice. I guess the cars don't move when you're doing a replay, huh? The parking brake off. And we're buttoned up for the night. Find a hotel, right? Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.